Hey, welcome to On the Up and Up with Patrick and
Talisha.
And this is episode 1 where we are going to be interviewing each other for the next 2 episodes. But for this episode, me, Patrick, will be interviewing my awesome wife, Talisha.
Yes, I'm excited. Bring on all the questions.
So the purpose of this episode is to help me find out more about my wife and to help the audience learn about who we actually are on a deeper level. So there are going to be some soft questions. There are going to be some heavy-hitting questions. But in a marriage, a lot of people, and I think the problem with this is that a lot of people don't know things about their spouse that they absolutely should, because we're under this assumption sometimes that our spouse knows what we're thinking, or our spouse should know what we're thinking. And then we get into the business of being mind readers. And from experience, that just doesn't work out. So I wanted to conduct an interview with my wife and just see what's on her mind so that I can connect on a deeper level, on a better level. Because like we said, we're on the up and up, and we're always trying to make our relationship better and more successful and have it be sincere and honest. So are you ready to do this, baby?
I'm ready.
All right, so let's get started. First question that I'm going to ask you is, well, this is pretty much for me. So what was your first impression of me?
So I thought that you were a very handsome young man. Make sure y'all know this was back in the day. So we met at a summer camp. Neither one of us wanted to be there. It was like a summer enrichment program at my high school. Patrick was the oldest person there, so they gave him a little bit of clout. He was going into the 11th grade, and I was going into the 9th grade. I remember the girls in our program, they were trying to throw a frog on Patrick, but they were being too giddy and girly to actually pick the frog up. So I was like, I'll get the frog. And so I picked it up. I looked at it eye to eye, and the frog was laying down, and it decided that it would wake up as soon as I looked at it a little closer. And so I literally flew out of my shoes, and he still talked to me, even though I was the little clumsy girl with the glasses on. He still talked to me, and I just thought that he was such a cutie. So I thought you were a really cute guy. And I knew we were going to have these 2 weeks together, so I was interested in getting to know you.
So that was your first impression of me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. That's very flattering. So what do you think your relationship strengths are?
Relationship strengths, I would say that for me, mine would be to openly talk about things. I like to talk a lot. And usually my talks have a lot of details. So I try to give Patrick, he's rolling his eyes, I try to give Patrick all of the details in the story so that he can know what's going on, so that we can know, what are our options? What can we do? So that's one of my strengths. I feel like I'm very loving, and I show affection towards Patrick and let him know that, that I'm there for him and that I'm his support system. Other strengths for me personally, I think that although I am very OCD and type A at work, I am not that at home. By any means, I am not that at home. But even though I'm not as OCD at home, I do feel like I do a good job at trying to keep our family together and trying to get Weston and Rowan's things together in advance. So kind of just the role of a wrangler would be one of my strengths.
And Weston and Rowan being our 2 little beautiful baby boys. Weston's 2 years old and Rowan is 7 months old. So yes. And when you say I'm type A at work, I'm like, where is this type A person around the house? Who's about to take charge, man?
I leave it all at the table. At work, the work table.
Because little thing about me, I need guidance. I need structure and I need guidance. I need someone to kind of crack the whip on me.
Yeah.
But
I'm more like type AB at home. I don't have the energy to do it at work and at home full force all the time. So I don't have a real OCD.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So what person outside of our relationship do you admire the most and why?
You're going to roll your eyes at this. And if she's listening, I don't want to hear her backlash. But Ariel, my sister. I admire Ariel most because Ariel literally is unstoppable. She will try anything. It doesn't matter if she has 10,000 people backing her up or if she has one or if she has none. I think that Ariel is very fearless. She definitely comes to me for advice, but she doesn't always want to listen to my advice. And I do the same to her. But I really just think that Ariel, she really beats the odds. And she is a true example of someone who steps out on faith. I would love to have the faith that Ariel has because I definitely say I have faith and I do believe that I have faith. However, I don't always take that leap. I don't take the leap to see what the faith looks like. How do you test it? So, Ariel.
Wow. And shout out to Ariel, her little sister, who is competing on Worst Cooks of America on the Food Network. And that airs every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Check out how she's doing and follow her on Twitter and Instagram at Airy Funny.
Airy Funny Comedy.
Yeah. So she's on, little sis is on national TV right now doing her thing.
She is. I'm so proud. So proud of her.
All right, well, that was very surprising because, me and Ariel's relationship is like oil and water and cats and dogs. So to hear that was pretty devastating. Now her head is going to be super big
It
now.
already is.
Oh, my goodness. Thanks a lot. Now
it already is.
Now it's going to be recorded. So, oh, my gosh, it's going to be documented. She's going to play this over and over and over and over again now. Mm-hmm. You've set us up for
life.
You've set us up for failure. Like, we can't argue anymore. My goodness.
I don't know. She's going to still get these arguments.
I might edit that out. All right. So you talked about your relationship strengths being giving a lot of detail and a lot of description when you tell your story. So what's your ideal conflict resolution style?
So, of course, like I said, I like to talk. So in this conflict resolution, we're going to talk. And I want to hear, well, what were you thinking whenever you said this? And what did you mean by this? So I'm definitely going to talk and I want to tell you everything. And I want to hear what you have to say. And if you're just sitting over there looking like you have something to say, but you don't want to say it, I'm going to ask you, nope, there's more. What else? And also, I have the rule of we do not go to bed mad. Like, nope, we're going to keep talking this out. Do I have to wake up early? Doesn't matter. Do you have to wake up early? Doesn't matter. We're not going to go to bed mad. So, for me, my conflict resolution style is that.
That's your ideal one?
That is my perfect one. That is my realistic, actual conflict resolution
to have us
style.
just shout our feelings out.
Not shout.
Or bare my soul out. And
don't keep it bottled up.
Ideally.
And right. Realistically. Because what you're not going to do is come back and be like, and another thing. I need you to go ahead and tell me now. Don't hold it in. And then 2 weeks later, you're saying, oh, well, I also blah, 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 blah. That was the root of why you were mad before. And you didn't say it.
Yeah, because I haven't processed it yet.
No, I need you to talk about it, process it with me. Other things might come out and you didn't even realize it.
There's been a lot of sleepless nights just because of her rule of not going to bed angry.
Yep.
I was like, man. And it's usually on me, full disclosure, that I'm not willing to come out with all my feelings and tell you what's beneath the surface of what I'm really thinking. I'm acting like a little child. But she really does pull it out. But when we interview myself, I'll probably have a different one. But that's your ideal conflict resolution style.
And realistic.
Yeah, I don't think it definitely does work, and it helps us move and progress forward, and we don't repeat the same mistakes twice. So it is beneficial. It's like taking medicine for me. I don't really want to do it, but I'm glad that we did at the end of the day. So it's good stuff.
Yes.
So just a personal question. It's like, if you could take a class on any subject in the world, what would it be?
A class on any subject in the world. Okay, so this is something that I would really like to do. I have really nice handwriting already, but I would love to take a calligraphy class. For our wedding, I tried to do calligraphy on the envelopes, but it was an epic fail. So I just had to nicely write it. But I would love to do a calligraphy class and have that as like a side hustle where I wrote on people's wedding invitations. Stop looking at me like that. Yeah, I want to do a calligraphy class.
Really?
Really.
See, it's learning something new today. My wife wants to write.
I love writing. And I love, that's such a compliment to me when somebody says, "Oh, you have nice handwriting." Like, thank you.
Unlike the doctors you deal with who write terrible prescriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right. Next question. Right. That's fascinating. What are you most proud of?
I am most proud of our family, because we literally started this back when we were teenagers, back when we were like kids, and to see how far we've come and how far we've grown, and then adding 2 little kids into the mix, I'm so proud of y'all. I love sharing pictures. At the clinic where I just finished working, I literally printed out pictures, and I would have to update the pictures that were on the dosing window like every quarter, because if we went longer than a quarter without new pictures, the patients were like, "Hey, where are my pictures at?" The patients know my husband by name. His name is Patrick. And they'll say, "Oh, how's Patrick doing?" Or, "What did Patrick think about da 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 da?" They know that Weston is the oldest, and they knew whenever he became a big brother. So I am most proud of my family, and I like to share y'all with everybody.
That's crazy, because you've accomplished a lot in your short career, and I'm glad that I'm part of one of your biggest accomplishments. That makes me feel great. Thanks, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. Makes me feel proud of myself.
You should.
So, what are your beliefs about the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. I think that we are put on this world to be something to someone. There's that little saying about sometimes people are put in your life for a reason or for a season, or for a whole entire lifetime. And I really think that's true. Like, even if it's just something as simple as, I was at the gas station and a guy pulled up and he apparently needed to go into the gas station and leave his little kid in the car. Well, I was running late to work and I happened to be at the pump next to him. Well, I was able to stand there with his child while he was inside the store. So I was just there for just a reason, just to be able to keep that kid safe. And I think that everyone has like such an influence on everyone's part of the world. So for me, that's my meaning. Just make sure you're where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be, even if it feels like you're not in the right place at the right time, you are, and things are ordained and ordered.
How does that impact the way you approach our relationship?
So sometimes whenever you're saying you're not ready, and I'm like, yeah, but I am ready. We're supposed to be 5 minutes late right now. There's a reason. There's someone that we're supposed to come into contact with or not come into contact with. So I don't let you rush me. And if you do, and I forget something, then my favorite quote is, "Well, you were rushing me." So, yeah. And I mean, just seriously speaking, it also impacts our relationship because like we have had such a great relationship, and I think that this is our opportunity to share it. So now that we're deciding to start this podcast, I think that, we're able to use our relationship to help someone else, maybe for a reason, maybe for a season.
I like that one. All right. Next question is, in what ways have you grown since the beginning of our relationship?
Since the beginning of our relationship, I feel like I am definitely more confident than whenever I first met you. I have grown into a woman versus a girl. I am more empathetic than I ever was. I feel like obviously I'm more in love with you now than I was then. And I'm just more of a like caring person too. Like, and less selfish. I feel like I'm more about the bigger picture than I was in the past.
How so?
So, like for instance, wear a mask in quarantine. I think it's really important to wear a mask. Yes, I'm on my soapbox. It is important to wear a mask because I'm protecting you from me. And if I'm going to protect you, then I have to wear a mask. But I, would like for you to protect me and wear a mask too. So I just think that sometimes we're doing things for ourselves more than for the greater good. And it's important to also consider the greater good. So sometimes things might be like inconvenient or feel like they're inconvenient, but it's going to help more people than just me or just you.
So like we're all in this together and I got to do my part.
Right. You've
learned that from our relationship?
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, I am learning stuff here, folks. That's good stuff.
Well, so let me brag real quick. Patrick volunteers his time all the time. He literally went during the pandemic to go help build a house, laying down sod and doing stuff like that. And I'm like, why? I don't want community service. Come do this community service at our house. And he's like, no, these people need us. He's at the Pleasant Valley Community Center, like putting in work. That's for the greater good. Even though I'm like, why? For what? So yeah, that's what our relationship taught me.
Oh, well, I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, this is a good one. All right, so what is your favorite movie and why?
Okay, so I'm movie challenged because I have a lot of favorite movies. So, favorite funny movie? Superstar. So this movie, I don't know, it just stuck with me. And it is a Saturday Night Live sketch of Mary Catherine Gallagher. And it is the best freaking movie of all time. If you have not watched it, you've got to go see it. My sister and I quote it all the time because we want to be a superstar. And so that's one of them. And then my next favorite movie would be Brown Sugar because I love their little relationship. I don't know, it's one that I really enjoy. P.S. I Love You because Patrick got it for me, and I never thought it would be a movie that I'd watch, but just watching her like be so happy amongst all the sadness and just thinking about all the memories, I guess that's like one of the first movies where I was really like empathetic, and it was like, oh my goodness, I really feel for her. I'm not finished with my favorite movies because I have a lot of them. Green Mile, it's just a touching movie. Okay, I'm finished now.
You definitely said favorite movie, and you said 4.
Yeah.
There goes, and you can just see how when she comes and tells a story, you get way more than just the beginning and the end. You get the whole middle
the whole
and
thing.
Everything. We're not just going to get to the point.
Nope.
a lot of stuff
There
in
are
between.
multiple points.
All right, so I gave y'all a taste of how how for me my listening skills must be superb,
Yep.
and not just
Pay attention.
hear what she said, but actually listen to what she said, because it might be quizzed later. You never know. All right, so what song would you say describes our current relationship?
Gosh, okay, so I'm not really good at songs. Like, I know the chorus to songs, but I don't really know the name of them or who sings them. Yeah. So we're gonna have to go back to a song that I actually know. And that would be Brandy. Have you ever? So I think that song describes our current relationship because I love you so much. And that's the first and probably only song that I ever sung to you. So I think it still stands. It's an oldie but a goodie. I'm sure there are many other ones, but I just don't know the names of them. And I'm not about to sing on this podcast.
The audience would get a treat.
Nope.
All right. What are your relationship deal breakers?
Infidelity. That would be a deal breaker for me. I don't think I could deal with it. So it would be a deal breaker if you were not a Christian. My religious values are very high. So I don't think that I personally could be in a relationship with a non-Christian, because I also want to raise our boys that way as well. So
what if you sleep in church?
we're working on you. The Lord is working on you. And then if you were unsupportive of me, that would be a deal breaker. I need someone that's going to support me and push me on towards bigger and better things. I also need someone that's not going to think about gender roles and be tied down by them, because that is a lack of support. Now, there is a little caveat to that. As far as gender roles go, I don't do mowing lawn. I don't cut grass. So if it were for some reason that you couldn't do that, I'd still have to hire somebody to do that, because I don't cut grass.
You wouldn't leave me?
I wouldn't leave you.
No.
Just pay somebody to do it. But I don't cut the grass. But I'm willing to do anything else, and I do expect you to be willing to do anything else. Washing dishes, washing bottles, cooking sometimes.
Yeah, okay. So this new age relationship stuff
Changing those poopy diapers. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's those poopy diapers. Those when I wish we were like old fashioned, but not gonna happen these days.
No. Just a note to you all out there with kids in diapers or kids who are potty training: rock, paper, scissors. Ma'am, you do not have to change all those diapers. If he loses, it's on him.
Wow. All right. So this is a good one. What makes you jealous?
Stop smirking at me. So I hate it whenever I don't get an introduction. I feel like if you're not introducing me, then why? So I need an introduction. 100% I need an introduction. That's important.
So you mean like when we're at an event and you're right beside me and I'm talking to the person and I forget to say, "Oh, this is my wife, Talisha."
Yeah.
That makes you very, 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 very mad.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to ruin our networking event. Mad. That makes me jealous. I don't know. I'm really not that jealous. So that's something else that changed from when we were first in a relationship to now. Like, back then, don't say Pat, because that would make me jealous. You need to say Patrick. No nicknames. And don't look at him, because that might send me off. So, yeah, that's something else for the previous question that has changed. I don't feel like I'm really all that jealous anymore. Yeah, just give me my introduction. And definitely, and be very transparent whenever you're talking to me. Don't say, oh, a friend did blah, blah, blah for me. And I thought, oh, who was your friend? And then you list a female name. Because then I'm going to be like, well, why did you say a friend?
Because you think something's behind it. And I would have said it regardless.
So if it seems like you're trying to hide something from me, and then I find out about whatever it was, yeah, that might make me jealous. But it probably will infuriate me more than make me jealous.
Mm-hmm. But you never get mad or jealous or anything because I don't do nothing.
Famous
Ever.
quote.
I don't do nothing.
Nothing.
All right, so that's good stuff. Something that I have learned from and been beaten for multiple times. I've learned my lessons. All right, so what do you wish I more thoroughly understood about you?
Yeah, that's a deep one. More thoroughly understood about me. Why I get anxiety whenever our house is not cleaned. Because you realize it's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, but it is. So, and I think that he has, y'all, within the last 2 weeks, really, okay, maybe 4, since quarantine, he's really understood more about how that makes me anxious. And he definitely pulls his weight, plus mine, whenever it comes to helping me with the task of keeping the house clean. So, more thoroughly understood about me. Why I need to sleep during movies sometimes, because I'm tired and I wake up early. What else? Maybe, I don't know. Do you understand why I need to do Weight Watchers and why I feel like I need to lose weight from having this last baby?
For you, yeah. I support you with your eating and even the awful smell of chili that you put in the crock pot that I have to suffer throughout the day because I work from home and I have to smell that chili and it makes me vomit all the time. But it's for you to...
And baking Brussels sprouts. Cooking broccoli.
Eating healthy smells absolutely awful. And it's terrible to me, but I understand why you're doing it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a really good question, but I don't have any like really deep underlying things that I think that you don't understand about me.
What about always having to travel together?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I have a rule that we go together. So I like to drive to church together. I don't think we should drive separately. I think we should ride together. Why not? Why would we go separately? We are a united front. Going to like visit my grandma or something. Yeah, we need to go together. Yeah, and in one car. I don't see anything that's hard to understand about that.
That makes perfect sense. And for the record, we will have a pet peeves episode that we will get to air out our differences on certain philosophies and situations that we have to deal with. So look forward to that pet peeves episode where we will be trying to defend why we do what we do that we know gets on each other's nerves. So that's a topic for a different discussion. But this interview is all about you today, so I'm going to let you cook on that one.
Okay.
Do you have any regrets, and what are they?
Oh, okay, so I have a few regrets. I don't have a ton, but I do have a few. One being not really listening to you and being the free spirit when we first got married. And we said we're going to live off of Patrick's income and we are going to pay off my student loans. Like we're going to use my money to pay off my student loans, point blank period. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, but I wanted to go to Express and I wanted to go shop and go on trips and yada, yada, yada. And here we are. We still have my student loans. So I regret that. I regret not getting rid of those whenever we first got married, because we started out strong and then it definitely wilted. So that would be one regret. The other regret would be, so our wedding, I loved having a big wedding, but I do regret that it was so big, because I didn't even really get to talk to everybody at the wedding. So I think that it would have been cooler to just do like a destination wedding. And I feel like I probably would have been closer to some of my friends still, maybe, if we would have did that. Any other regrets? I just thought about this one like last weekend, and I don't know, I'm struggling with the word regret, but I guess it kind of does fit the bill. So I do regret a little bit that we didn't have kids sooner, because I really wish that our kids could have met your mom. So, I mean, we waited. Weston helped us celebrate our 5th anniversary. And we were very, strong about, we're not going to have kids in the beginning because we want to do the fun things. But if we did have kids earlier, then they would have got to meet your mom. She was pretty wonderful.
All right. So, what's your ideal date night?
Going downtown Greenville and eating something good. Maybe some sushi, maybe some Mexican food, but not Canton Floss because they're disgusting. And then going to Marble Slab, getting my sweet cream ice cream, strawberry shortcake to be exact, and then walking down Falls Park. That's my favorite date night. Number 1.
So that's all we have to do? Mm-hmm. And you'll be good? All right, that's cool. But walking off that Marble Slab ice cream is a beast.
It's worth it. It's so worth it.
I never get to enjoy the ice cream because usually we don't have time to walk downtown, so I end up driving, and I got like a gallon of ice cream and a cone. And I gotta drive it or eat it with one hand.
And then he wastes the ice cream. He never finishes the ice cream. I don't understand. I finish all of mine easy.
Just makes me feel so sluggish after eating all that ice cream.
It's so worth it.
I'll be asleep for the next 3 or 4 hours.
It's so worth it. Even in Weight Watchers world, I don't really know how many points the strawberry shortcake is, but you get 42 extra points a week, something like that. And so I just count all of my extra points for that Marble Slab. It is worth every calorie.
All right. So, what does your self-care routine look like?
So my self-care routine looks very different now than it did 3 years ago. Now, I don't know. So I still make sure I go get my pedicures. They might be spaced out a little bit more frequently than they used to be. But I still get my pedicures because I like to try to take care of my feet. Minus walking outside barefoot. That's Patrick's. Oh, he hates that. So I also like to get a massage every now and then. I think naps should count as self-care. Right? I think so. All right, so that's part of my self-care routine. Take my nap because I don't go to bed early enough. Doing my hair or getting someone else to do my hair. Either one as part of my self-care routine. I recently started trying to actually read, leisurely read, and that's pretty relaxing. And I don't know if Facebook counts as self-care. Probably doesn't, but it is part of my unwind.
Yeah, you love the Facebook.
I like to scroll. Love
to scroll down the Facebook. All right. Couple more questions. Are you more of a truth or a dare person?
I'm a more of a dare person now. I don't know. I always choose truth. Truth is like the safe one. I want to do dare. I'm more of a dare person now.
Oh, snap. Why?
Because I think that it's like, it's nerve wracking, but it's fun to like get outside your comfort zone.
All right. I'll hold you to that later down the road.
Hey, Patrick took me to the Dominican Republic for our 4th anniversary, and I cannot swim. And I got out there and I did snorkeling. I did snuba diving.
Snuba diving?
It was called snuba diving. Do you not remember? Because I said, what's the difference between snuba and scuba?
Oh, okay.
Snuba diving. And what was I drove a boat and I almost tipped it over.
You did?
Yeah. Outside of my comfort zone. Way outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. I stand corrected. All right. Yeah. Who swims when they can't swim? That's crazy.
Exactly. Who swims when they can't swim? And I am also wearing my real hair now. I'm wearing my natural hair, and I have been attached at the hip to sew-ins for a very long time. And that was something that was very much outside of my comfort zone. But I'm loving it. I'm embracing it. It's definitely a process. It's so much different actually having to do your own hair versus having somebody else do it. So I'm more of a dare person now.
And I see you, and I'm loving the new hair. I love it. All right, so last question before we get out of here. Where do you see our relationship in 10 years?
10 years from now. Okay, I will be 42. So, and our kids will be 13, roughly. 13 and 10. So I definitely see our new minivan getting a lot of use. We're going to be wheeling it down the road for sports. I think I'll be a big old sports mama. I'm going to try to be the mom that's like cheering the kids on and not the one that's like, oh, my baby, he fell and got hurt. Even though Patrick thinks I'm going to be the latter of the two. I think that we'll be in pretty good shape. Patrick does a good job at like working out and everything. I don't really do that great of a job at it. I'd rather focus on my food than the fitness part. But in 10 years, I'm going to be a whole new person, and I'm going to like fitness much more than I like it now. I see us, continue to be the power couple that I feel like we are. We're going to be taking care of our family. We'll be like huge in the community, I believe. Like doing community service with our boys. I think that we'll still be in Greenville because we like Greenville. I don't know what else.
Is it? We good?
We're going to have a dog. I think we're going to have a dog in 10 years.
That depends.
The boys will be old enough to help. We'll definitely have a dog within the next 10 years.
If we can get the dog that I like, maybe we'll get that
It's going to be
dog.
another toy poodle.
We're not getting another toy poodle. We're getting a big dog, a manly dog.
Oh, no. I don't do big dogs.
Well, we'll let the boys decide.
And if they want a dog, they will get a toy poodle, or they will not get a dog.
That's fine with me.
And another thing, you can't say we'll let the boys decide. It's 3 of y'all, and it's 1 of me. I always have the heaviest vote because I am the only female.
So you're just going to see power in a relationship. She's giving herself extra votes.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't know what else in 10 years. Maybe probably a different house. No student loans. Same vehicle. It'll be paid off by then. I don't know whether there's like superficial things to say, but And then like growth wise, like I think that the business Open Up Coaching LLC will be bigger and better, and this group will still be thriving. We'll have somebody to edit our podcast. I don't know. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait to see what 10 years from now holds.
I'm looking forward to that too. So do you have anything else you want our listeners to know about Talisha before we go?
No, I'm just a country girl. Grew up in Simpsonville, South Carolina. And I am passionate about my marriage and about my family. That's pretty much it. That's me.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Talisha. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your insights about yourself. We will see you guys next week as we turn the tables around and Talisha will be interviewing me. And you guys get to see what I'm all about and what's on my mind and my thoughts about our relationship. So stay tuned. Look forward to that. And we will catch you guys down the road. God bless.